In this session, let's speak about the manager dashboards. I do get these questions quite often, and I thought I'd spend a few minutes and tell you more about the manager dashboards and how you can use them inside ClockIt. When you log in into your ClockIt account, you would find your manage users over here. And the setting that I'm specifically speaking about is this one. Let's say I go and add a new employee. Now there is a drop down over here that says reports to, and this reports to is the manager that I would be reporting to, or this employee would be reporting to. Now, how does this tie in into your settings and how does it affect your overall ClockIt account? When you sign up, if you're a smaller company, let's say about 10 users, 5 users, even sometimes 20 user accounts, this is the most common type of structure that you would be following, where you have an admin and you have several employees that reports to you. And this reports to is the same setting which I showed you on the ClockIt account. So when you set an employee as reports to this person or this admin on the account, what happens is now the admin manages all of these users. Let me jump into another use case, and that's over here where you have an admin on the account. You may have several managers, and there are several employees in the company, and each of these employees can report to any manager or even directly to the admin. Now, how does this play out on your ClockIt account? In ClockIt, we have a special section which is dedicated to all the managers, and these are permission based. So you may not want to give admin access to all your users, but you can definitely give the manager access to the users. And what this means is that if a manager tries to look at their team, then they would only see the users that report to them. So basically in the dropdown, if you select the correct manager, there's going to be all those users listed out over here. Now, the manager has several functions. One is they can look at the reports for only their team, and we have that here, and we call this the manager basic reports, which basically means the manager can see only the time and attendance or the work duration only for their team, or only for those users that report to them. Similarly, we have options where the manager is able to approve PTO only for their team. The manager is able to approve manual time and correction request only for their team. Now let's go back into this section once again. So what this means is now this admin manages these two managers, and this admin can see under his or her manager dashboard these two users. But being an admin, they have access to the entire platform, so they can see everyone. Now assume that this manager has access to only this employee, or rather this employee reports to this manager. Now in this case, for this manager in his or her manager dashboard, they would only see this employee, and the admin gets to see the entire organization. The permissions that we have in the system are quite robust, meaning that you can create groups of employees, and I'm going to show that on screen. So we have, in this demo, we have the employee group and we have the manager group. Under manager group, you have different options that you can give the manager, and in most places you will be able to see only for his or her team. And this means that if a manager has users reporting to them, they are only able to manage their team. This is how you would structure the groups and permissions and the managers and the different employees. And you can create really complex structures if that's required, or you can just keep it as simple as possible. One thing that I would like you to note is that when you're creating your users, by default, you would sign up to ClockIt and you would be the admin on the account. But then always create your managers next so that you can easily set the reports to person as this admin, and then create all your employees so that you can set the reports to person correctly. If not, what happens is that you create your employee and then you realize that you've not created the manager for them to report to. You would have to go back, create the manager, and then come back. You can avoid all this complexity by creating your admins, creating your managers, and then creating all your employees. So that's about it. My name is Basil. I'm the founder with ClockIt, and we help companies run payroll in 5 minutes.